I'm delighted to be able to talk to you about the results of my fellowship, because I have to tell you that I'm still as excited about building with straw today as I was when I did my first course back in 1994 it was, and then from that applied for a Winston Churchill fellowship. And I hope you'll get a bit of my excitement and enthusiasm from today. I'm going to show you some pictures and tell you a bit about it. So many of you may not have seen strawbale houses unless you've seen Grand Designs, because some of our houses have been featured on that popular TV programme. But this is a strawbale house, and mostly when you see your first strawbale house, you wouldn't realise that it was made of straw. And this is also a strawbale house, which we built back in 2008, and it's a council house. And it's one of the achievements I'm really most proud of, that we've built social housing out of bales of straw. The ones you see in the field that you use for the horses, a bit denser than those, this sort of size. And we put them together like giant building blocks, just like bricks. And we put lime render on the outside and lime render or clay plaster on the inside. They're extremely affordable, if you think, and they're really well insulating. So these houses have beaten comparison tests of all energy efficiencies that the council has done with comparative housing made of more modern materials. And the beauty of these houses is that they are simple. They're made of organic, natural materials, and they don't cost the earth in any sense of the word. And so here there are other views of those same council houses. So we built 4 houses basically, and we went back to see them last year, and the tenants would not stop talking about how wonderful it was that they were able to live in a strawbale house. Of course, it keeps the heating bills down dramatically because the walls are so well insulated. They cost £103,000 to build above foundation level. We can get that price down lower now. These were the first of their kind. And that's what we're doing as a company. And self-builders use the same design, so if you do it yourself, you can take a lot of the labour cost out of the build. What we do is we design houses that are actually very straightforward to build, and we share designs so that you can not keep on having to pay extra for all the extra fees for design. And then we help people to learn the skills and to build on their own building sites. And last year we set up the School of Natural Building to do just that. So what does affordable mean? Because there's a lot of talk about affordable houses, and I don't think that what the government says is affordable is truly affordable, not to the people who live around where I do. 20% less than market value is not affordable. What I think affordable means is that you can build a starter home that you can expand on later when you need it. Don't build bigger than you need right now, but make sure you can do it later. It's got to be affordable for people who are coming into the market for the first time, and that means it's got to be well under 100 grand. You've got to be able to be mortgage free within a few years. Now that's completely gone out of the window. People have a mortgage all the rest of their lives now, but that's not affordable. And there has to be an opportunity to build a house for yourself. If that's going to be the case, you've got to be able to put your own craft into the house if you're going to get the price down. They've got to be thermally efficient so that the long-term costs of running the house are lower. You've got to be able to put your time in and share the cost with a housing co-op or a housing association. And you want to have a workspace or a place that you can rent a room out or work from home in. And you need a garden so that you can grow your own food. And those are the ways that you can make a house affordable. Affordable doesn't mean cheap, poor quality, soul destroying, and it definitely doesn't mean 20% less than the market price. And I think this is the message that we're trying to say about straw, is that you can build really high quality houses. We've built 2 passive houses out of straw. They don't require any heating whatsoever. This one You'd think it had been there forever, built in the village of Hickling in Norfolk, but it's not. It's got straw walls. This one is a more modern looking house, exactly the same technique, except this doesn't have a framework, which is the method I prefer. And it's very, very airtight. For those of you who know about airtightness and efficiency, this reached an airtightness of 0.26 when the building reg standard is 10. 10 is ridiculous, by the way. We should have it much less than that. These cottages were designed by us, but built by Harriet and Andrew. Fantastic. They are fantastic self-builders. They just decided they were going to give up their regular jobs and build holiday cottages with full disabled access to supplement their farm so that they could actually continue living there. And Harriet did all the plastering inside out of clay from their own land. She'd never done plastering before, but what we do is we come on site and we teach you how to do these things. And if you've got the time to put the practice in, that's what you can achieve. It's amazing, isn't it? Everyone in this room could have a go at doing something like that. You could, and you'd love it. So this is what affordable houses look like. They're not fancy, they haven't got all funny bits and pieces and stuff like that on them, but they are well insulated all the way round. And then to further this idea is we set up the School of Natural Building because we want people to be trained to a high standard, and I think this is what Winston Churchill was on about preserving the crafts. Natural building, we haven't got any funding for this school because we're not part of the traditional crafts, so we just decided to do it ourselves. We come from Todmorden, where Incredible Edible comes from, so we just thought, well, we'll just get on and do it anyway. And see how happy it makes you, plastering with clay. This is one we did for the National Trust quite a while back, all hand plastered by volunteers and their staff. This is a library made out of straw. Most people don't believe that this is made out of straw, but it is. A community kitchen up in Halifax, where we're based, which is all plastered with clay. I had to really argue with environmental health on this one because clay's not on their list. And this one we're really proud of, which is the Eco Hub that we built up in Lordship Recreation Ground in Haringey in London, right next door to the Broadwater Farm Estate, which you might remember where the riots were, because the local people felt like they were being completely bypassed and nothing was being done in their area. The park had gone to wreck and ruin, and so the local council put quite a bit of money into renovating the park, and we helped to design this, and also our contract build team built it. We did the straw, the lime and the clay, and it's got a cafe in it, so if you go up to London and have a look there, you can go and have a cup of tea in the cafe and see what a real strawbale building is like. So thank you very much for listening and enjoy the rest of your day.